We're just broken down on the side of the road. I'm wondering if we can get a tow.
The main hiccup is that because of COVID, the tow truck driver is not allowed to take us. So we're gonna have to find a different way to get to Halifax. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure something out. And now we wait. There are 0 rental cars available. It's turning into a very expensive morning. Well, I think we've officially found ourselves in the middle of nowhere, Nova Scotia. Our poor little van is looking much worse than when we brought her in. Something might come up. You can pause it. We are in our new car. Oh, what is going on? We're Jillian and Jonas, and after living aboard our 30-foot sailboat for over a year, we've decided to hit the road and travel across the country in our newly built van. Like and subscribe to follow along as we drive from coast to coast.
Drive in right lane to bottom of hill, pull over into the left lane beside white post, place vehicle in neutral, release your foot from brake, guide your vehicle backwards up the hill. Okay.
You got that?
I got it.
Good morning, everyone. We are in Moncton this morning. Woke up bright and early, and we are going to see what I believe is one of the main attractions in Moncton, which is Magnetic Hill. It is a theme park, I believe.
There's this big giant piece of iron in the ground which creates a magnetic force, and it actually sucks your car back up the hill. So you roll, the magnet is strong enough, you roll up the hill.
Yeah, so we're gonna see if it's strong enough to pull the van up. Okay. We're at the post, assuming that would be the post. Now throw it into neutral.
Okay, we're in neutral.
Foot off the brake. Whoa! We're driving up a hill. This is very interesting. It looks better when you look behind you.
It is kind of cool.
This is very cool. Like, we're going at a quick little pace.
I want to see what happens when we get to the top of the rise here.
Wow. Well, we did it.
Wow.
We just drove up a hill.
Moncton's main attraction. I have no idea how to get out of here.
Yeah, I don't actually either.
Exit salty.
Salty.
Well, we did it.
We did it. On to Halifax.
Let us know in the comments how you think it was done.
We have a very foggy morning again here. I believe that's very common in the Maritimes. It's quite foggy in the mornings. Anyway, I like it. I think it's really beautiful. Oh my goodness! We made it to Nova Scotia! Woohoo!
We'd be able to work on it for sure. Yeah, it's,
okay.
I mean, if there's something that parts, say parts had to be ordered, that might have to be ordered in. But yeah, we could definitely work on that.
Okay, nice. I think, yeah, I think our power steering just went, so it might be like a power steering pulley and the belt. So anyway, we're gonna try and get a tow, but that's awesome. We'll try and get her in. Can we just get it towed right to the?
Yeah, just take it right to the dealership here for sure.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We're just broken down on the side of the road. I'm wondering if we can get a tow. We're heading eastbound into Nova Scotia, and we're just at, what's it called?
The Amherst border crossing, land border crossing.
We're at the Amherst land border crossing.
Okay.
Here's the sitch.
we've arranged a tow. Thank the Lord for PCAA. We're gonna have it towed into Halifax. We're about 200 kilometers from Halifax, but there's a Mitsubishi dealership there that can help us fix the problem. We basically think one of the pulleys seized, and so our power steering belt was shredded. And yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Nothing was smoking or anything. And I think we actually have a. Do we have a belt?
We have a belt. I don't know what it's for, but
anyway, we can figure all that out. The main hiccup is that because of COVID, the tow truck driver is not allowed to take us. So we're gonna have to find a different way to get to Halifax.
And we're 2 hours from Halifax.
Yeah, we're about a 2-hour drive, so
so like taxi's kind of out of the picture, if you ask me.
yeah, we'll have to pack up our
Stuff.
We'll have to pack up our stuff and find a way to get to Halifax. Might be a bus.
Yeah,
But-
that would be nice.
I'm sure there's gonna be a way.
The other thing that we're potentially a little worried about is that it can be very difficult to find parts in Canada for these vans, and we knew that going in. I think it'll be okay because the engine in this is actually the same engine as some of the other ones that they actually sell in Canada, but there's a small chance that we'll have to wait for parts to actually come in. Like we'll have to order parts from abroad somewhere. So that could be another hiccup. But right now we're just gonna hope for the best, and I think the pulleys and the belts are pretty standard, so I don't think that'll be an issue.
Yeah, it's nice it's early in the day. We got lots of time to figure this out, so that's handy. It's
Yeah.
only 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and we're actually super lucky. Like we were able to pull off. I mean,
Yeah,
we're like,
we're at the border crossing right now. We're at the truck scale, so
yeah, we almost made it to Nova
there's a
Scotia.
bunch of tow trucks have already gone by. It's funny. We could hitch a ride with one of these fellas. They're probably someone's probably going to Halifax, but.
Yeah, they probably are actually.
Or maybe these. I don't know. We'll figure it
We'll
out.
figure something out.
Anyway, right now we're gonna pack up our stuff and gotta get ready for the tow truck to come. So.
Yeah, and try and find a way of transportation. Okie dokie.
That's not supposed to look like that. But, oh well. See, you can see it's all wound around the spool there. Okie smoky. I mean, we don't need much, it's a nice bit.
Yeah.
An SD card?
Yeah.
We have the battery charger.
Yeah.
Do we have the battery charger?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
And now we wait for the tow truck. I don't know how long we've been here, but hopefully it's not going to take much longer than like an hour or so. They said it could be a little bit because they have to come from Moncton, which is where we just came from. But yeah, and then I think what we're going to do is we're just going to taxi. The enterprise person was supposed to call me back, but she never did. But we're just going to get a taxi into Amherst, and then that's about like 10 minutes away. And then we're going to try and rent a car and get to Halifax, I guess. That's sort of the plan. And our little home and room and yeah, for the whole trip will be out of our possession, so we'll have to figure out what we do from there. But at least it's Halifax. Like, it's a pretty big city, I think, and they do have a dealership there that can work on the van, and yeah. So I think of all places, it was a good spot to break down. It would have been nice to actually get into the Nova Scotia border. I think that would have made our lives a lot easier, but I think it'll be okay. The van is packed and ready to go. We've got this lovely trucking lane. The trucks are coming like crazy since we've gotten here. It's been like a steady line of semis, so what can you do? The guy at the border here was really nice though. He said we're totally fine to keep the van here as long as we get it towed, which obviously we're gonna do. But yeah, that was good because we kind of found ourselves in a weird place right on the border. And we're actually right at the scales as well. So it's not really a place where we would be or supposed to be, but they've been really good about it. So we came over and talked to Jonas, and yeah, now we wait for the tow truck. New plan is there are 0 rental cars available in Amherst, which is the town that's 7 minutes away. The next town I believe is Halifax, which is where we're trying to get to. So Jonas is on the phone right now and we're gonna see how much it would be to taxi to Halifax, basically. It is 2 hours away and we had really hoped to just be able to rent a car for a day, but that's not looking like an option. And yeah, we might be able to rent one tomorrow, but that means we'd have to stay the night in Amherst. So we're thinking it might just even out and be best for us to actually get into it might just be best for us to try and get to Halifax, which is where the van will be. And yeah, this is turning into a very expensive morning. Working hard.
Hey, nice. There's a bus.
No way.
You can get on the bus at 3 o'clock.
No way. From where? Amherst?
Yeah.
Yay!
You don't have much for snacks.
We're still waiting for the tow truck driver. It's been like an hour and a half. But we have tortillas.
Chipotle mayo.
And Chipotle mayo. And before you get grossed out, I think it's gonna be surprisingly good.
That's enough.
You want it rolled up like a wrap?
Sure.
Oopsie.
Yum.
Here you go, sir. There's our tow truck. There's the van.
The tow truck's here. He's already got a car on. They're taking 2 east, so they're just gonna load ours on.
Oh, perfect. That's what we want. Well, I think we've officially found ourselves in the middle of nowhere, Nova Scotia. We're at the Esso, I think. And this is apparently where the bus picks us up to go to Halifax. We found a bus that was going to take us, which is going to be way less expensive than a taxi. So we just had a very lovely taxi ride. with the driver. He was just
No
doing his own
talking
thing.
either.
The engine light I saw on his car, the engine light was on. There was some other indicator light on. The tire pressure had like faulty gauge. It was just kind of funny, but he got us here in speedy time, which is amazing. The van is en route to Halifax, and that's about it. We'll meet the van in a few hours. We're actually we have a couple hours to wait for the bus to actually get here, so we're just gonna hang out, watch the windmills.
There's Tim Hortons.
There's Tim Hortons.
And a liquor store.
Yeah. He was such a sweet guy. He was like, "There's a Tim Hortons here. There's bathrooms, and there's even a liquor store."
Everything in one place.
Everything you can need.
Should phone that dealership and look at
Well, when you're stuck in the middle of nowhere with 2 hours to kill before your bus ride, you get Tim Hortons bagels.
that. This place has everything we need.
It really does. We could stay here forever.
We get a beer.
Yeah, the funny part about, I don't know, Canada, I find, is like there's literally always a Tim Hortons. Like in the randomest of places, you can always find a Tim Hortons.
There's a lot of colors, I don't know where to go. See a lot of colors, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors, lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through the maze. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing
Welcome to our home for the evening.
Oh. One of the perks of a broken down van. What do we have for a view? Oh wow, there's like a whole patio out there. Wild.
Wow.
I guess this is like the backyard view.
Wow. So we have arrived in Halifax finally. Yesterday we woke up thinking we were going to be in Halifax by noon and have the whole day. And 8 hours later we finally arrived in Halifax. The van did sort of break down. It was funny, it was like right on the Nova Scotia border. And so we were kind of in between major cities, which I think kind of delayed the process a bit. But basically, one of the belts shredded, and we think one of the pulleys may have seized. So we got a tow truck, which took 2 hours to come from Moncton, because that was sort of the closest one that would come. And then they towed it to Halifax, which was another, I don't know, I'm sure 2 or 3 hour drive. It's funny, the tow truck actually showed up and they had another car on their bed, and I was like, I don't think the van's gonna fit on there. But he ended up like removing the car, putting the van on the like truck bed, and then I guess just towing the car behind. We weren't actually allowed to drive with the tow truck driver, unfortunately, so we had to find our own way to Halifax. So we ended up calling a cab into the closest little town, which was cute, but like literally in the middle of nowhere. Like he dropped us off at this random gas station. We were like, is this the bus stop? And so anyway, it was the bus stop. And after waiting a few hours at the gas station, we got a bus to Halifax, and finally we arrived. Unfortunately, we did not realize this, but it was Friday yesterday, and so although the dealership's open, the, I guess, garage that would work on the van is not open this weekend. So that's kind of put a bit of a delay to our plans. They weren't able to diagnose anything last night. They said maybe they might be able to do something this morning, but it's not looking like that will happen. So that's just kind of the way it goes. We had to get a hotel last night. We really wanted to get a rental car so we could keep going. There were no rental cars in the little town that we were dropped off at. So we're hoping we can find one today in Halifax, but we ended up just having to get a hotel last night. And yeah, it ended up being a very expensive and very long trip to Halifax. But of all things, I think we ended up in the right spot. Like everything worked out really well. Yeah, we just kind of, we blew the budget for the trip a little bit, but we did have a little bit spare for a situation like this, because we have been doing a lot of driving. You know, we put on like 7,000 kilometers in the last 2 weeks. So we figured that, you know, we'd have to, you know, so we knew that something might come up. You can pause it. But with everything that's happened, we are not going to let it ruin our trip to Nova Scotia, and today we are going to enjoy Halifax. We're super excited to be here. We had a fun night last night. There's lots of people out and about. Jonas and I both are starting to really like this city, so yeah, we're excited to explore around and figure things out as we go. At this point, we have a very free weekend on our hands, so we can only go up. And we do want to keep moving. We want to go up to Cape Breton Island, so we're going to try and get a car, rent a car for a couple days to do that. Hopefully by the time we're, you know, done traveling Nova Scotia, the van will be ready to go. And if not, we'll see what happens. Well, these are our wheels for the next weekend, I guess, next few days.
Yeah, she's fancy.
She's real fancy.
She's gonna whip.
Yeah, sleeping in the back though, so we'll see how that goes. We are in our new car for the next little while. Probably the nicest car I've ever driven, for sure. Thank you to the people in we're Avis. If you're watching this, yeah, thanks for hooking us up. If you're watching us,
there was a big shortage. We had a little bit of we snuck in. So.
Yeah, we're very thankful to have this car. Now we have to go to the dealership.
Check out the van.
Check out the van because, yeah, seems like there are some problems. So we want to go talk to them before they end, which is actually really soon. So I guess we should get on the road.
In 200 meters, turn.
The brake is super sensitive.
There's definitely a bit of an adjustment after switching from right hand to left hand side, which is the normal thing.
Turning left here?
Turning left onto Gottingen. That looks like Duke Street, but this is what it's saying. Turn left here. It's a new street. Anyway,
in 300 meters, turn left onto Coxwell Street.
Okay. There she is. Aww, poor little van. Well, our poor little van is looking much worse than when we brought her in. Yeah, she's gonna need a new radiator and 3 new belts, I believe, maybe 2. But yeah, I'll show you how she's doing. We've got some coolant. And yeah, basically, they've taken this fan apart, and I guess they needed to take the radiator off to actually get to the belt. So they removed all of the belts, which are all down here. Nothing is actually seized in terms of the pulleys. I guess they just shredded. But unfortunately, they had to take off the tubes for the radiator. This crumbled when they took it off, so that's leaking. And then this is the worst one here. This is supposed to have a hose attached to it. I believe it is this one. And this, instead of coming off like it was supposed to, snapped right off. So that's kind of what we're looking at. It looks like coolant sort of sprayed everywhere. And yeah, they've got clamps on the hoses. And yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. All we really needed was these. Oh, I see a piece. I'm gonna take that out so it doesn't... Strange. Anyway, hopefully they find this, but... should I take this off? This extra piece of belt that's shredded?
Yeah. Save them time later.
Yeah. Cut our labor costs a little bit. Oh, she's not looking too hot. This is actually, yeah. This is way worse than what we had expected. We just thought we'd need that one belt, which is the one that shredded, but we're looking at a whole new radiator. Poor little van. Although she's like riding in style with all these Mitsubishis around. It's actually quite funny.
I just folded down the seats. She's gonna be a little tight in there, but
What can you do, really? Looks like there'll be a bit of an uphill sleep, but what can you do? Should fit the twin size mattress nicely, I think. We're moving. We're moving from the van to the Kona because we'll probably be sleeping in the rental car for a couple days. So we're taking our mattress from the dealership, from the van in the dealership, and yeah, we're basically emptying the van, putting it into the rental car, and that'll be our new home on wheels for at least until Tuesday, I think. There goes the mattress. Let's hope it fits. Ooh, she filled up quick.
we'll just we'll get it all configured later. That'll be fine. We'll do that later. On the road.
Oh, that's just our bedding, and it's literally full.
There's no need to do it now.
No, I agree. Wow. Oh, I see. If you pay with cash.
I hope they have an electronic thing.
They have an electronic payment. This one doesn't actually have. This one's just anything.
Yeah, I literally don't have.
Okay, so there's.
3 kilometers. Use the second from the right
what
lane
is
to take
going
exit
on?
4 for Nova Scotia 118 north toward Nova
Exit
Scotia
4, keep going straight.
Nova Scotia 107.
Okay, so there's toll bridges here, and people go through super quickly, and there's a gate and stuff. Anyway, we ended up in the wrong lane, and it was cash only, and we didn't have a loonie. It was only $1 to take this bridge. Anyway, thank you so much. The very kind lady behind us gave us a loonie when she saw me like running to the back of the car. I couldn't even open the trunk of the car. It's actually so difficult. Holy.
That break is done, my friend.
Yeah.
So those were the things. I will send it to you shortly, this one, and then we'll go from there. Okay?
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much.
So you could know, because this one was changed in Japan on that one. It's really a good one on that one, but there's no leak whatsoever on that one.
Okay,
I
good.
know what you mean. Not the original one, sorry. Not
Yeah.
send it to you.
No.
Because you're just going to waste your time, man.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
On that one, because the outlet, no chance for you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks so much.
Let me know. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Well, that guy was the biggest help we've had all day. He was very sympathetic for us, and he sort of expressed similar feelings that we were feeling, which was that unfortunately our mechanic was too rough with the vehicle. Basically, it's an old vehicle. It's brittle. But we just have to deal with that now, and this person was super, super helpful. We're just trying to figure out, unfortunately, They're in Richmond, which is where we came from. But we're just trying to figure out shipping. Since it is the weekend, a lot of places don't ship on the weekends, and yeah, we kind of know shipping is going to be a really big cost, but this person seems really helpful, so we're going to try a couple other shipping places, and then they're going to ship it off for us, which is going to be fantastic, and hopefully we can have it within the week.
Pure later, you'd have to be Monday.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so if you want to, just give me a few minutes and I'm going to take it out and I'll call you back again. I'm just doing something here, okay? Just a sec, okay?
Yeah, of course.
The car is literally telling us to take a coffee break.
It thinks I don't know how to drive. Just because I'm used to being over there on that side.
Oh yeah, maybe you're like, yeah, in a funny spot. That's funny.
No, I think it's because like just there I hit the brake really fast.
The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea. Cannot take this anymore.
Well, we decided it was time to continue on with our travels. The van problems were not going to stop us from continuing to see Nova Scotia. So we've taken the rental car, we're doing Nova Scotia by rental car, and we've made it to Cape Breton Island. Tomorrow I think we're gonna be doing the Cabot Trail and driving around a little bit. So far it's gorgeous. We've arrived on the island just before sunset. We still have a little bit to go, but yeah, the poor van, we're trying to sort that out. We're trying to get parts. It's looking like we might have to actually order some parts and ship them. There's a place in Richmond that has the part that we need. We need a new radiator. And yeah, so we're just gonna have to ship them and get it shipped as fast as possible, basically. So we've been trying to organize that, but also still enjoy the drive. So yeah, hopefully the rental car might be a little tight tonight. That's gonna be where we're sleeping. So
yeah, it is gonna be a little tight. It's like, yeah, not very long.
It's not very long, no. It'll be cozy. Luckily it's only for a few days. There she is. Our new wheels.
Howdy.
Howdy.
There are a lot of voices drowning in the sea. There's too many voices talking back at me. There are a lot of choices waiting to be made.
Hi, you have reached the Door Lake Campground. We are now closed for the season and will reopen in June 2020.
Closed. Hi, I'm wondering, do you have any sites open for tonight?
Do you have a trailer?
No, it would be like a tenting site. We're just sleeping in our little car.
Okay, whereabouts are you right now?
We're in Bedeck.
Okay, you can just come in. I have lots.
Oh, awesome. Okay, thanks so much.
Call on in. I'm here till 8.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
We got a site. Well, we have found our spot for the night at the last campground that's actually open, and we didn't realize this. Oh, light just went out. We didn't realize this, but campgrounds around here close. Like this campground, this is the last night it's open, so we actually really lucked out. We were debating trying to find a residential area, but Badek was a lot different than we expected. We thought it was going to be like, I guess more of like a town, but it's really just like a resort town.
Tall resort.
And yeah, we didn't want to bother the chalets with our presents. But this worked out really well, and yeah, we're gonna set at the back now. We're a little worried it's not super long. We'll figure it out.
Oh, I look really red.
Yeah, the lights in here is kind of weird on you too. Well, I think we're gonna set up the bed for the night. So far we've pulled the seats as far forward as we can and have packed as much stuff on them as we can. The mattress doesn't fit. Oh, it's too long, which is a bad sign. Can you smush it in? Oh my goodness, this is a short car, hey? Oh, rough. Okay, I'll hold it from this end. And then you can try and shut the door.
And then we can...
But yeah. Well, that's kind of what we're looking at right now. How is this car so short? I didn't think that it was. Goodness gracious. Can you stretch out at all?
That'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Good enough?
She's good enough.
This is not the easiest way to do it. Oh. The other thing we do not have is curtains, because obviously it's a rental car.
You don't have anything.
So there's no privacy, and that's another big reason why we really wanted to get some sort of campground, at least until we could figure some things out. It's a pretty short car. I'm not gonna lie. It'll be okay though. At least we have a mattress. At least we're not like sleeping on the on the car floor.
And we'll be up early tomorrow, hit the road.
Yeah, this is a very temporary solution. But holy, it's kind of cozy.
It is cozy.
Yeah. But I think we're gonna have some dinner.
Dinner.
Which will be cheese and crackers.
Yeah, we can have some dinner.
Because we couldn't bring any of our well, we could have, but we chose not to bring any of our camping, like, cooking stuff, and which was good, I think, because we have zero room for it. So, yeah, we have cheese and crackers for dinner, which is gonna be good.
I love cheese and crackers.
I do too.
Good morning.
How did you sleep?
Good.
Good morning, everyone. We had a surprisingly good sleep in the little car, actually. The mattress doesn't actually fit, so we're just folding it back to drive, so it's not squished up when we're actually driving. But, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. It was warm, and I could just stretch out enough. Jonas, I think, had to kind of go a diagonal, but it worked.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, just long enough to sleep. We're gonna go into bed. We're gonna go into the deck and find some coffee, I think. And it's surprisingly mild. It was cold last night, there was no clouds. We thought it was gonna be cold, but it wasn't. So.
Yeah, just stayed nice and cozy in here. And we're off.
Off in the new whip.
Part of it is that there's this illusion.
Don't spoil it, Jillian.
Oh, well.
Is this good?
That's
Good angle?
So What should I say? I don't make this dramatic.
Well.